Hello, it's a pirate's life for me. Welcome to Board Deck and Dice. Today we are reviewing Jamaica. Jamaica is a pirate-themed racing game where you will compete to race around the island of Hawaii. I'm really kidding. It's Jamaica, hence the name of the game. Shall we carry on? Here we have the board for Jamaica. We have the resources, which are food, coins and gunpowder, a player's cargo hold. We have the dice, which are integral to the system, the combat dice, and the treasures, which are represented by these tokens around the island. As you race around the island, you will land on squares that may have spaces that may have squares on them, and each square represents how much food you are required to feed your crew. If you land on a space with nothing on, it's probably because it's attached to Skull Island where there's some treasure. You take the token and you take one of the treasures, which could be good, could be bad, or could be a power-up. There could be minus points, plus points, or a power-up. If you land on one with money, then you have to pay that money. If you ever can't pay the money or the food, you pay what you can and you go back to a space where you can pay. This is an important system because it can be used, for example, if you were to get there, had no food, you could move back to the first space you could pay, which is this free treasure one. So you can use reversing as a bit of a kind of way to get extra treasures. The whole system though revolves around these dice and the player's cards. Each player has an identical set of cards that share same actions but have different backs for each player. So the first player will roll the dice and they will decide which dice they want to be the daytime dice and which dice they want to be the nighttime dice. Why does this matter? What does it affect? Well, each card has a daytime action on and a nighttime action. For example, this one lets you take the daytime dice for 4 forward movement. This one lets you take the nighttime dice for however many showing of that resource. So in this case, you would take 3 gunpowder. Gunpowder is important because it's used in battle. Other actions you may find are the other resources, with gold in that case, 2 gold in that case, you can make yourself very rich, food, and there is even one, if I can find it, that lets you move backwards. Yeah, it's going to be right at the bottom, isn't it? There we go, backwards and then forwards. So which dice you choose is really important. Unless you get a power-up, you will only have 3 cards to choose from each time. But there is a very good chance in a race around the island of Jamaica you will get through all these cards and shuffle them and go through them again. So you kind of know that there's doubles of each one coming, there's ones that make you move backwards coming. So how you do these dice is really important. When you are filling your cargo hold with goods, you cannot add to a cargo hold that already has goods in, even if it has goods of the same type. So if I have gold in here and I get some more gold, I can't add it on top of there. If I had full cargo holds and I wanted to add gold in, I would have to discard a cargo of a different type. If I ever finish one of my movements, so either the daytime or the nighttime, on a space with another pirate ship on, we have a battle. The attacking player chooses how much gunpowder to put in from his hold and then rolls the combat dice. He adds the amount of gunpowder to the number on the combat dice, which goes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, critical hit. So in this case, well, let's just ignore that will typically happen. In this case, I have rolled 10. The defending player then decides how much of their gunpowder to put in, and that's quite good because they get a chance to work out if they can win reasonably or not, what their chances are, and then they roll. If it's a draw, nothing happens. If whoever wins the battle gets the steal from the cargo of the other person or a treasure from the other person. Treasures are kept face down, these cards, and it could be minus points or positive points. If you win a battle, you can even give one of your treasures to someone else, which of course we would assume would then be minus points. So, there is a lot to do. Why wouldn't you just go around the island slowly and pick up all the treasures? Well, these spaces are all numbered. Anything before this red line is minus 5 points. Once you get past the red line, the points go up very rapidly all the way to 15. As soon as a player gets to the finishing line, the game ends. So that player is going to have 15 points right off the bat. So you want to be in the positive points. before they get there. You will count up all your points from treasure cards, from points on the board, and you will see who has won the game. Not necessarily the winner, but the winner always stands a good chance. That is Jamaica. So, Jamaica. Well, let's get the biggest negative out of the way first, and that is the rulebook. Although very clear, they thought it would be funny to make the rulebook like a treasure map. And when I say clear, I mean the writing's very clear, but it goes all over the shop. This is an absolute joke and a nightmare. There are no player aid cards in the game, so there's no quick way of quickly referencing what the symbols do, how battles work, and that is problematic. Everything else about the game I really like. There's luck that you can mitigate, and you have a choice of the cards to choose, and they're not always going to be good choices. But that's the same for everyone, and if someone's used their card that has 2 green arrows on a 12, you might think, oh, they're well ahead. But actually, the shorter routes avoid the treasure, so if you're happy to avoid the treasure, you can scoot past them, and you will have that card coming up, and you will get a chance to use it on one of 3 rolls or more, because you don't have to use it every time. The battle system works well. Can be annoying, I guess, to have the critical roll where you instantly, if your opponent rolls that, they instantly win. That can be annoying if you've put a lot of gunpowder in to secure a win. But again, that's an element of luck. This game works very well with 4 players plus. Yeah, I mean, you could do 2 or 3 players, but I think it would suffer for that. 4 players to 6 players is the real sweet spot. I like the treasure system. I like the fact that some of those things are going to hurt you, but if you beat someone in battle, you can dump that onto them. And I like the cargo system. There's a management there that is frustrating, yes, especially when you've filled your cargo and you don't want to get rid of everything, but you kind of want what you've just earned as well. So Jamaica is a really good game. Intimidation factor is above middle in this, simply because of the rule book. Makes the systems, which are relatively easy, very more difficult than they should be. The game has an absolutely fantastic insert, which everything fits into really well. The rules, as I've said, are the worst point of the game, but they are written well. If it was just written out in a kind of flow of a normal rule book, it would be fine. It's just the design. This is really design over function here, what they've done here. But the fun of the game is immense. The game is not that hard. Once someone has learnt the rules, it is easy to teach. The choices you have on your go of cards and which ones to do, and then when you get to be captain, you get to choose and perhaps mess everyone else up. Should I go on that square and have a battle with someone? Should I deliberately go to a square I can't afford to go back to get a treasure, or to go back somewhere where I want to be and battle that person? It's an interesting game with decisions that doesn't take too long to play, and it is a hit with families upwards. That's Jamaica. Thanks very much for watching Board Deck and Dice. We will see you next time.